Hi, I'm Sarah Fry, and I'm the Manager of Strategy for Total Absence Management, ADP's outsourced leave administration solution. Total Absence Management is designed to alleviate the administrative burden that comes along with leave administration by automating key activities around leave like eligibility and entitlement or communication while providing 24/7 access and visibility to employees and practitioners. Total Absence Management, though outsourced, provides a people focused experience with technology but also with service elements. Employees have the My Life Advisors team, which is comprised of real people ready to help, who they can call and ask questions or seek assistance throughout their leave process. And for practitioners, we provide designated resources that help to guide their experience. No matter which ADP systems you use, Total Absence Management becomes a part of your overall HCM experience. For our conversation today, we have April Smith, Vice President of Pay and Benefits Management at Senior Lifestyle. Hi, April. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and your responsibilities with Senior Lifestyle?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for having me. Yes, I'm the Vice President of Pay and Benefits Management at Senior Lifestyle. We're based in Chicago, Illinois, and we specialize in senior independent housing and assisted living and memory care. I've been with the company for about 7 years, and I have the privilege of working with three specific teams. I manage our payroll department, our benefits department, and our HR systems department. Incredible employees to work with. We're very specific to the type of employees that we like to hire. We like to employ individuals who are very compassionate about helping others. And that doesn't extend not just only in our field areas, but also in our corporate office as well in Chicago, Illinois.
Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of user you are with ADP products?
Absolutely. So I have the privilege of being a client ADP super user. With that is being part of a large group of clients that come and help ADP determine what current initiatives we have as clients and challenges and find solutions that will work for both the client and for ADP.
What ADP products and solutions are you using today?
So currently at Senior Lifestyle, we have several ADP products. We are currently utilizing one of your HCM products, Vantage, for our payroll, and we're also utilizing it for benefits. We also have unemployment. We have the ACA option. We have 401k. We're also utilizing the workforce management time system and reporting and analytics and scheduling system. And then we also are utilizing the ADP TAM system.
Tell me a little bit about what Senior Lifestyle does, how many people does it employ, and in how many states? What does your population of employees look like?
So we have approximately 6,400 employees, and our employees are based in approximately 40 states. And we are actually having locations that are communities is what we call them. We don't call them facilities. They're communities because they're a group of individuals all living in a common area. And we have those locations in about 20 different states at this time.
That's impressive. The types of employees that Senior Lifestyle serves, do you have hourly, variable, multi-position, unions? Tell us about that.
So the employees that work for Senior Lifestyle, there's going to be two specific types of employees. One is going to be the ones that work in our field communities, and the other is going to be the ones that work in our operations, which is based in the Chicago office, corporate office level. And so in the field, primarily, we have about 85% of those employees are going to be hourly or non-exempt employees. And then the remaining 15% is going to be the management at those locations and also our corporate office where we have accounting and finance and marketing and payroll and benefits and HR, and then also a few other departments.
What business outcomes or improvements have you seen since Total Absence Management has been implemented? Have you seen some increased efficiency, return on investment? Any examples of that you can share with us?
I would definitely say one of the largest impacts that we've experienced is that we moved everything from the corporate office back to the community. We have decentralized that, and we find that our employees have a more intimate relationship with those individuals to begin with, so they don't have that very difficult stereotype of having to deal with somebody at corporate whenever they're having to handle something that is personal and dear to them. And so we utilize ADP to be able to be that interim partner between the community and the employee.
How do you feel total absence management assists with Senior Lifestyle's mission or internal culture?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. We have an incredible mission for our company. Our mission statement actually spells the word heart. We are all about hospitality, excellence, appreciation, respect, and teamwork. And because of that specific mission, we only want to align with partners that exhibit that same type of mission. And we've accomplished that by working with ADP on many different product levels, but more importantly, on one that is specific to our employees' needs. And that, like, again, is very sensitive. So, working with ADP's TAM system, our employees are able to get the things that they need accomplished and have their privacy at the same time.
That's beautiful. Thank you, April. How much involvement do you feel is required from your team when using total absence management?
You know, that is probably one of the best questions you could have asked, because honestly, most systems require a lot of work on the corporate level or even in the end user product level. And this product doesn't. Everything is really based on the employees' engagement, and they're the ones driving a lot of this along with the guidance of ADP. So the amount of time that we have to commit on our team level, the payroll and the benefits department or even HR department, is minimal. In the field, the managers and the office leaders of those communities, they also too, it's very minimal. It's usually just updating somebody has returned to work with an effective return of work date. But otherwise, ADP is handling everything, and we feel confident and we don't have any concerns about our employees being able to receive the time and the care that they need, because we're not the ones having to do everything for them.
When I think about your team and your interaction with the TAM service team, how effective is the support from our service team? For example, your total absence management HCM, Rita.
Oh, Rita. Rita is incredible. She is definitely one of a kind. And without her, we would be completely lost. She keeps us up to date on everything that's happening with all the different states and the family leave changes. And then also, more importantly, how is that going to impact our current policies that we have set up with ADP, and what things we need to do to make changes and communicate to our employees.
When we were chatting before this, you told me a really great story about one of the experiences that your employee had with us, as well as the impact of Rita in this scenario. Would you be comfortable telling us that story today?
Absolutely. So we have an employee, and we're just going to say his name was Johnny, okay? And we had 5 locations in New York coming on to our service onto Senior Lifestyle, because not only do we own and operate our independent living facilities, but we also are a third-party management company that does it for other investors. So with that, we had an investor come to us and say, I have 5 properties in New York and I need you to take over management for us. So we went in there and I went on site, and this man came rushing up to me and he was like, I need help. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, my wife is having a baby. She is due tomorrow, and your company is taking over. And I do not know what to do now, because we had everything already set up and established with our previous employer. So I reached out to Rita, because, an employee needs to be working for you for at least 12 months in order to qualify for the Family Medical Leave Act. And this employee obviously was not going to, but because of the type of merger and acquisitions that we do, it's considered a bridge. And Rita was like, I've got you. Tell him to go have the baby. We will get this all taken care of and everything. And so she was able to make that connection with the employee and the state of New York, and be able to let them know that the employer information had changed so that he would still be able to get his paid benefits from the state of New York. So she saved me hours of work, because I would have needed to track down who and what I needed to do in order to make this happen for this employee. But it was one phone call for me. I just needed to call Rita, and she took care of it all.
How the employee experience has improved overall, the technology, the My Life Advisor team, their request process. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So over the past year or so, we've taken the initiative with our company is to do more employee focused type rollouts. And with that, we've updated everything we possibly can into the My ADP app. And one of those great updates was having TAM added into the app. So now, because we're a 24/7 operation, our employees can get what they need. They don't need to wait until the business office is open to go and ask a question. They're able to go directly into their app, apply for a leave if they need to. There's FAQs in there that they can also get the help and assistance that they need, but they're able to do it during their work hours or off hours, depending on when they're doing it. But they have all these other resources that we previously did not have. And so we've noticed that we're receiving less calls to our corporate office, and the AI and the app is handling those items for us now.
So employees ultimately have that control and visibility that enable them to take care and take initiative of all that stuff. That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
What advice would you give to other HR leaders considering ADP's total absence management?
I would highly recommend it. This is something that can be very tricky, but then in some areas can be very basic. So for us, it is definitely beneficial because we've moved these roles over to ADP and into the field. So they're a lot more efficient, but also because of ADP, we're able to stay in compliance. So compliance is one of the biggest things that most companies and HR teams are struggling with now. And ADP is really revving up on working and providing information to their clients to keep them in compliance. So I would highly recommend it, just even for the compliance portion of it.